Hello, my name is Hersh and welcome to the HERshyt Show. Well, a little bit about it. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you'll probably cuss at me, but that's alright. I just want to bring to you the realization of what's really going on in this world that a lot of people are afraid to speak on. Enjoy.
Me out like packing, being like, yeah, I'm not.
Well, you know, Georgia passed that law. Kemp passed that law.
What's that?
You don't have to have a permit to conceal carry. Everybody, everybody can open carry now.
That's great. Just great.
So yeah, if you can't tell, we about to get on this high-speed topic of the most controversial conversation outside of race. Your Second Amendment rights
To bear arms.
Lord have mercy. You know, it was a part of and pushed into in 1791. And it was to be able to arm the people militia style.
Militia style.
To create a federal militia. To limit or undermine actively breaking the terms infringed. So the right to bear arms is not to infringe upon the person's rights to be able to carry a weapon, right? It don't say everybody has the right to have an AR-15. Or I'm going to go get me this submachine gun just so I can play with it in my backyard. It don't say what style. And back then, they had, what, muskets and flintlock pistols? You could probably get one. Hold that thought. Like.
Put that powder in there. Hang on a minute.
I'm going to shoot you, I promise.
Stand right there. Hold on.
Like, and listen, I laugh at the wrongest fucking moments. But it's, just imagine though. Like, everybody is so up in arms about arms.
But do you think people should have to go through like some type of
mandatory training,
like mental test before they can get a gun?
No, this is, well, I think.
I mean, some people are off the chain with their mind. They still.
But this, honestly, I'm cool with. I think there should be a limit. Like, your ass shouldn't be able to have a whole fucking armory at your house. You see what I'm saying? Why do you need an armory? 30 fucking weapons and you live by yourself.
It's just ego.
That.
If you're that paranoid, they make medicine for that.
I'm
just saying.
And I don't.
All you need is smoke green. I mean, whatever works for you. You know what I mean? But just there's something you can do.
I am all for protecting yourself.
Oh, I am too. Absolutely.
I'm all for. And I don't even. I was in the military and I don't like weapons. I went to the range. I was a very good shot. I am a very good shot. But I would rather cut you than shoot you. Mm-hmm. Mine is more personal, but that's just me. If you get close enough to me, hey. I don't feel like, I'm not against gun rights. I'm not against being able to have a pistol in your car while you're traveling. You know, because there's some ignorant ass people in this world. Yeah. I'm not against being able to get shotguns for hunting, a rifle for hunting. Mm-hmm. What I am against is military style weapons for civilians.
I agree with that.
Why the fuck does a regular Joe Blow Snuffy in his backyard need military style weapons?
It's called EGO. Ego.
It is. And that's them.
You want to break it down?
Well, I was going to go to the military, but, you know, my big toe's crooked. You know, them type of people.
I got heel spurs. Bone spurs.
Bone spurs.
I got bone spurs. Ain't them damn fires. Mini fires.
Mini.
You gave me burn spurs.
But I'm really, I mean, in all reality, there's no reason to have.
Some people just collect them. I don't know. I mean, that's...
Collectors, yes.
Some
got
people
it.
just collect them.
But they don't fire them. They put them in a case and they lock it. I've seen collectors that have the old school 1800s and the muskets and the flintlock pistols, and I've seen those. Yet they don't get fired. I honestly believe, though, and this is God honest truth, I feel like for anybody, the way that it's going right now, yes, criminals can still get the weapons, and that's like the first thing people say. Oh, you're going to infringe on my rights, but you're not, how you going to take it from the criminal? So that's why Georgia, Governor Kemp was like, you know what? Everybody carry. Yeah, like that worked out real well for the Wild Wild West. But there's some very responsible gun owners. Legally and illegally. I know some crooks that, they gonna protect themselves, but they're not going around brandishing, oh, I'm cool, I'm just gonna put it right here.
Yeah, that's I'm like...
Walking in the stores like, it's like they're...
No, going to Martin's to get a biscuit and get loaded like this. I was like, dude, are you serious right now?
I seen one picture where dude, the barrel on that bit was like... about as long as
you that scared, honey? Just don't come out of the house. I'm like, just don't even leave the house, dude. I gotta go get a biscuit.
But it's their time to shine. They get to carry a pistol. And again, I'm all for protecting yourselves.
Oh, absolutely. If you come in my yard,
yeah,
and I don't know who you are, you guaranteed I'm gonna have something right here. I'm peeking.
That's my house, my yard.
That's my sacred
space.
That's my sacred space.
My
so if you
car.
come in, automatically, I'm kind of got one eye out, and I'm like.
What it's boiling down to, though, is there's so many punk-ass people out here, women and men alike, including these fucking kids, man. Nobody knows how to fight anymore. Everybody want to shoot. Everybody wants to pull their trigger happy. But your ass ain't happy when you getting that life sentence. But you was cool when you thought it was okay to carry and I'm gonna bust one off you so hard. No, you're not. To me, that makes you a punk. If the first thing you do is run to a weapon and you can't stand your ground with a 2-piece and a biscuit.
Right here.
Exactly. This generation, right now, everybody want to shoot. And it's our generation included. The people that couldn't fight back in the day, oh, they cool now with a pistol. Don't make me go to the trunk. Go to your fucking trunk. Like, I don't make it make sense. Please make it make sense.
I'm like,
but it is ego. I do honestly believe that it's got a lot to do with ego, but there has to be a way to. You can't take away from the constitutional rights. You can't take away from it, but you can add to. And y'all done it many of times with many laws and many acts of, in addition to, so to speak. Nobody's trying to infringe on anybody's limitations on being able to get a weapon. They're not. But when are we going to hold people really accountable for when their child or another individual gets their weapon and goes and shoots up a school?
That's just it.
That shit broke my heart. And it's not the first time that it's happened. This one I can't laugh at all. I can't even... I'm trying to hold back tears over here. I don't get why your ability to be able to have any kind of weapon is more important than protecting our children. I don't get it.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't. You got to be able to. We got to give something to get something, and there's laws in place, not just federal level. There's state laws. You know, each state has their own individual laws when it pertains to, in addition to, because you know you got to separate federal and state. Federal is the overall umbrella. This is what we got to go by: the Constitution, Bill of Rights, boom, period. But then each state has their own methods or versions in addition to. And that's where I think a lot of people listen to the news and watch social media and look for that headline instead of doing their research. You see what I'm saying? Like, it has really gotten to a point to where gossip, Dick and Jane it says right here. No, bitch, what does the research say, though? Media is not going to tell you everything.
No, they're simply controlling you what you're going to see. They're guiding your mind of what they want you to see.
There was one instance where that young man's parents were charged.
The latest one?
Not the latest one. The grandmother got shot.
Oh, yeah.
The grandmother got shot. And they started a GoFundMe. That's a whole different... Boy, listen.
The GoFundMe for who?
Her.
For the grandmother got shot?
Mm-hmm.
But she survived, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they got the gun, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, be responsible. Lock them up. Lock the damn
I feel like people have to stop blaming everything on bullying. Stop blaming. What did them fourth graders do to deserve? And his cousin or something was in one of the classes. One of the little girls he killed was his family. I did read that somewhere. Yeah. I was trying to read as much as I could on it, but I had to put it down because it was so disheartening. You know, it's just so frustrating because it's not.
I didn't know that. So
it's not the first school shooting, and sadly, until we are able to protect our own, and I'm not meaning for every family to just run out and buy weapons. That's not protecting your kids. You're actually placing firearms in their hands. We're not teaching our children how to communicate anymore, how to express their feelings anymore. It's, just suck it up. Oh, I'm too busy.
Mm-hmm.
Get
on your iPad. Play your video games.
Play your video games. The shooting video, and I'm not blaming video games. Weren't we just talking about that?
Mm-hmm.
The reality versus, the video game. You have to have these. Children's minds are still expanding. They're still learning. They're still maturing. Yeah, exactly. So you have to be able to have that discussion with your child and be like, hey, you do realize this ain't real life, right? And a lot of parents aren't having those conversations with their children. And I'm not going to blame the video games. I blame the parents. Because your discipline and your guidance and your teachings all started at home. And it might not be the parents. It might be whatever guardian, because not every child has their parents in their life. But you have to be able to speak on the Roger Rabbit mentality. Jessica was a cartoon. You know what I mean? Like, Jessica's a cartoon. Or Space Jam. When Michael Jordan went back and was with the Looney Tunes,
mm-hmm.
And you have to be able to have those talks with your child. Like, hey, man, there ain't no reset button. You don't get to spawn back to life.
Yeah, I think that was a big part of it. It's the spawning back. If you look at, take a game like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I watched them play, and you die over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And they just jump back in and pick back up. And I'm like, why is this fun? You keep dying. But they've become desensitized to that, to where that's part of the game. You just die and come back.
Especially if they're young.
Yeah, and I have to tell them, like, look, this is not real life.
Yeah.
If you shoot somebody, if you get shot, you're not coming back.
Yeah, it ain't no
You're not
respawning.
coming back.
Ain't no respawning. You ain't screaming out to somebody to come and give you another life.
This is a developing mind too.
Yeah, so it's not like we're saying the video games cause them to do it, but the video games can help to turn off.
No, it does. I mean, when you
so it's up to us as the adult to say, hey,
yeah, like this is real.
Right, this
real life over here.
Over here, like if you get cut, you gonna bleed. It ain't no zombies coming around the corner to eat you up. Like you get cut, you done.
I mean, I grew up with guns. Like I used to carry them. I had a little 22. I carried on my strap, my dog. We'd go walk because we lived out in nature. I'd go walk him down and I'd shoot a squirrel, you know, whatever for him, my dog, whatever it was. And it was like, but I was very responsible. My parents didn't. They kept them locked up. That was my little pistol, my little rifle, you know. Yeah. And it was like I knew what to do. I didn't point it at nobody. I didn't have my trigger on my hand on the trigger. You know, it's like it's
they assume.
But now you couldn't do that at all.
Yeah, they assume. I think I wrote something now, but they assumed there was a percentage. There was some. No, it's not on there. There was some studies done. A lot of people that have pistols or weapons with kids in the house, they assume that their children won't touch them. Mm-hmm. It's a very high percentage, and then they get shocked when their child shoots their friend or themselves, playing with it to show it off because you didn't take the necessary precautions, one, to lock your weapon up. Mm-hmm. And two, teaching, training. But a lot of people that buy these weapons don't know shit about guns. Mm-hmm. It's just shiny and it's pretty and I'm going to get it because it makes my titties look bigger and my dick bigger. I don't know. And I'm all for having a weapon to protect yourself. But I really think it should be mandatory classes done prior to.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. There should be some kind of skill level, mental capacity, whatever. Because I know some people now, I'm like, that's scary, man.
Yeah, because as soon as they snap, first thing they think is, oh, I got a pistol, I'm going to go get my pistol. Well, to me, if the first thing you doing is grabbing a pistol, you a punk. You take it how you want it. I don't care if you like me or not. You know, and I'm not the best fighter in the world. But I'm not going to go grab a pistol first. You know what I mean? 5'1", 138 pounds. I can hold my own. But I'm not Billy Badass over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to find something to handle you with if I need to. But I'm not, my first thought is not, let me go get my pistol. I don't have one.
You will, though.
I did. I had one, but I gave it away. I don't care for them. I do believe that you should have at least one. I do agree with you on that in the house. And we got some in the house, but it's not mine. You know what I mean? But I do honestly believe that you need to have a just in case situation. But I think that there should be a mandatory training class that you have to take. And I honestly and firmly believe that there should be a limit on the types that you can purchase. That's just me. But if you're a collector, you should have a collector's license. Why not?
Is that a real thing?
I don't know. Oh, let's start it if it's not.
All right.
But a lot of collectors, they get them actually authenticated. Mm-hmm. And they put them in the cases and all that if you're really a collector. Mm-hmm. But you don't need 30 fucking weapons in your house. You don't. What you need it for? How many more of our children or even regular family members have to die because somebody got in their feelings?
And they don't know how to process it. Their own feelings, their own emotions. Because they never were taught that it's okay.
But people are so quick to be like, you know, let's take a break real quick. We'll be right back, y'all. We got more on this topic. All right. So
My name is Hersh, and welcome to the HERshyt Show. I just wanted to do a little quick snippet and clip it to bring some awareness to you. You do not have to be famous or a celebrity or whatever. You don't have to be none of that to come on the HERshyt Show. The HERshyt Show is literally to talk shit, to have topics that people won't discuss, or to be a conversation starter, so to speak. You can reach out to on Facebook. You can reach out on Instagram. You could just reach out to the HERshyt Show at gmail.com with your topic or with your name. We got the Zoom launched already, so we can actually do that at your convenience. You don't even have to travel, because you're not getting paid to come on the HERshyt Show, and I'm not getting paid for you to be here. So let's help each other out. If you got a topic, reach out. The HERshyt Show does not shy away from any conversation. I promise you that. So again, the HERshyt Show at gmail.com or the HERshyt Show on Instagram or Facebook. And we will get back to you as quickly as possible. Come be on the show. You know, your book, your business, whatever you want to talk about. If you got a topic, just reach out to us. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Thank you.
Alright, so back to the gun laws, man. Like, just bottom line, we got to be able to have some type of leeway to be able to protect our children. And I honestly believe that we can legit come up with something. And arming teachers is not the route to take, because then you're going to have accidental shootings inside the schoolhouse. Them kids are going to get a hold to them guns.
I can imagine some of our teachers having guns.
Man.
Some
I mean, just
teachers
because
ain't
of their
right in the
character.
mind.
That's what I'm saying. I think that in all reality, I think anybody that wants to be able to own a weapon should have to go to a mandatory training.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not taken away from your rights. That's not saying that you can't have a weapon.
It's just you're competent enough to have one.
Exactly. You have to go through the training, at least get the basics, because there's too many people running to the gun stores, and I'm all for getting weapons to protect your house. You don't need an arson, but, you know, and you definitely don't need military-style weapons, especially if you're not military or any of the law enforcement, and then people are... Well, that's exactly what we're buying our weapons for. What if the government tries to take over?
Oh, they're trying to make it mandatory for teachers to have guns?
I don't know if they're trying. I think it came up in discussion to arm the teachers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like a big thing right now.
But
Yeah.
I think that's the stupidest fucking thing you could do.
I know some people, I've seen people with guns that still get robbed or beat up because they're not committed to hurt nobody. Like, they'll point a gun at you, but they're not going to pull the trigger. Mentally, they're not able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So you shouldn't even put a gun in. That gun just somebody's gonna take it from you.
I was always taught, if you pull that weapon, you better be ready to pull the trigger.
Right, and so you gotta imagine all teachers ain't built like that.
And not everybody is pro guns.
Right.
They might not have. They might not want it.
And with these kids,
That puts them in a bad
how
spot.
big some of these kids are now, especially middle school, they'll come take that from you. If you ain't
Period.
ready-
It's the food.
Period.
It's that stuff in the food.
Yeah.
Kids are,
Yeah, I'm talking about
Cornbread fed is the understatement.
6'2" in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
no, it's the preservatives in the food.
Somebody, how old are you? I'm a little. No, you're not. But in all reality, you're gonna have more accidental shootings.
Yeah.
You are. You know, if teachers are walking around like Little House on the Prairie with a pistol on their side, you know, ready to duke it out, I challenge you to a duel at lunchtime. You know, these kids are going to find them weapons just as much as they find them at home. Then who you going to blame? Because everybody wants somebody to blame, but nobody blames the individual's household.
Mm-hmm.
Where did they get the weapon? Where? And why are you leaving a loaded weapon around your house with children playing in it? Or even some grown folks? I wouldn't even, man, listen, there were some people in the military with me. I'm like, I'm not standing near them when we're on the range. I didn't trust them.
Mm-hmm.
But I really and honestly, truly believe that there is a way that we can come into a compromising agreement. And arming teachers is not the way. Well, we need resource officers. Got it. But you have, listen, my son's school, they had one resource officer. And you know how I feel about him. But he was one with 1,800 students in the school. He can't be everywhere. He can't be everywhere.
No.
Now, I do agree with the fact of, like, my son's school, when you walked in that door, you had no choice but to go to the front office. You had to get buzzed in to be able to walk through the school. Not like when we was kids, you could just, anybody could walk in and out.
That's something I was thinking. Like, I've seen schools work that pretty well to where you got to go through, it's a lobby area, but you can't get into the school. You can only go to the secretary, front desk, principal's office, or something like that, but you're not getting into the school unless you get buzzed in.
Exactly. Or unless you go in and go do a spree killing at the jump and go through that little walkway or whatever. But nobody's thinking about that. Well, there are, obviously, people that think about that. But the school shootings that have occurred, these kids legit just walked in freely. Walked in freely. And then there's every time you turn around, it's a shooting over a domino game or at the barbecue. The graduations got locked down after what happened at one of the graduations because people were shooting at graduations. You know, and it's like, man, what happened to just getting in a fight and calling it a day if you that mad?
Because in our school, like, we had people who had gun racks with shotguns in the back of the truck.
And nobody thought twice about it.
It ain't nothing about it.
Nobody thought twice about it.
It wasn't no big deal.
Because we were taught, you touch that damn gun, I'm going to break your doggone fingers.
And most of us, when I grew up at least, we grew up hunting. Like, we grew up handling guns. Me and my brothers, we hunted. We killed, we ate what we hunted.
Yeah.
And I remember talking with my kids about that because my oldest son, had a habit of just going out and killing random squirrels. And I'm like, bruh, we don't kill unless we going to eat.
Yeah.
That's just a rule that we always had. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
No, Dad, I'm just practicing. I'm just getting target practice. Like, what you talking about?
My son,
I was
put you
really
some
mad.
bottles out, you know?
Because it was ingrained into us. You eat what you kill.
Yeah.
And you don't point a gun like you're going to.
And you ain't wasting no ammo.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I mean, but I get it. It is a stress relief to be able to go to the range and file. You know, I got it.
That's
honestly.
good, but not outside killing the squirrels.
No. For no reason.
Or cats. I don't do it to kill cats.
Yeah, go to the range. Go do it right.
That's some sick shit right there.
That's the start of a sociopath.
I know people that have to kill.
And that's what I was thinking. Like, if you can do this and it don't impact your mind, it's like you really might not need a gun.
And I'm not a hunter. I don't like no, because I feel more for if there was a person and an animal both injured at the same time, me 9 times out of 10 I'm running to the animal first because
That's me. I'm like, that poor baby.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm still gonna help the person.
I literally almost got in a wreck trying to stop her, help a dog that got hit.
I'm serious.
I put my flashes on apart, and I got the dog, gloves all over me, and the dog.
Oh, even a little squirrel. I will stop and just be like, neat, like, move, little buddy. This ain't no Geico commercial. I'm gonna need you to move.
Way.
I ain't lying. I'm bad at that, but that's, you know, if you can kill cold-heartedly, that says a lot about you
really
as an individual. And
there's a guy that shot my cat more than once. You talking about one of them? I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, her neighbor, my little Isaac.
Wow.
Little psycho. But karma's a bitch. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Listen, I don't. Arming teachers is not the answer.
I go back to the teacher. That puts them in a bad spot.
Yeah.
It really does.
Because now you have to worry about where is my weapon at all times, on top of I have these children to protect, on top of, like, there's got to be something
they
more.
They went to school to teach children, not the damn...
But you got to think about any job. Nobody wants to go to work and you got 30 kids in your classroom. You constantly looking at this door right there because you don't know if somebody's gonna walk in and start shooting.
Yeah.
You can't. It's hard to focus on all that at one time. Probably got somebody over there talking about somebody or kids.
Or maybe
playing.
Like, maybe even have a system where all the doors lock. You know, or
some schools did that. I saw
some kind
that.
of system. It might cost money, but who gives a damn?
But I saw that they put in billions of dollars of technology in some schools around the nation. Like after it Sandy Hook. I think it was. Oh, my bad. Just leave it there.
Let's get ready.
That wasn't no gun, I promise y'all. It was my door stopper.
I got one of those too.
Yeah.
They work good.
They do. But there's ways that the school...
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff that instead of arming the damn teachers, figure out something, system, lock it down, nothing get in, nothing get out, you know, something like that.
And you see something, you say something. We have to get out of that, oh, stop snitching. Or if I tell on him, he might shoot me. No.
I know, I'm going to...
Because 9 times out of 10, even with this last boy, he sent somebody like a message on Facebook or something, letting them know. And she didn't even know him. It was like a random dude. But she never reported him. You know what I mean? It was, oh my God, I got some sicko, you know, messaging me. I don't know how she felt. I can't sit here and say that I know how she felt. But if somebody messages me in that manner, I promise you, I'm snitching. If you tell me you about to go to a school or you about to go blow up something or do something, and I ask you up front, because I'm going to ask you, do you really have the plans and the means to be able to do this? And you tell me yes, you ain't making it to that location. Mm-hmm. But that's me. You know what I mean?
I know, we're built different. We don't have no shame in that kind of stuff.
No.
I even tell my family and friends, just don't do wrong around me. Because if it come down between you hurting some kids or hurting somebody, me, like I gotta try to stop you.
Yeah, that's your conscience. That's your moral compass being like, no.
So I'm just the wrong person to hang around if that's what you're trying to do. Because I'm telling somebody.
My sanity, my freedom, and my pockets. That's my priority. And I'm not gonna be I'm not trying to kick it with you no more. Like you just showed me a whole different level. Didn't we just talk about serial killers? You know, but it also falls in line.
That's a different topic.
Yeah, but it also falls in line with start charging these parents or the guardian. For real, start holding them accountable because they got the weapon somehow. You know what I mean? And I'm not. Yes, there's people in the streets that got hot pistols and this and that and the third. But a lot of dope boys I know, they don't pull their weapon out every time something pops. They just have it for GP.
Right.
Legal or illegal.
Friends, I've never seen them pull a weapon.
Exactly.
Ever.
Exactly. You know. So and I've pulled weapons in my lifetime, but mine wasn't a pistol. You know what I'm saying? Mine wasn't a pistol. But I'm all for protecting yourself. Mm-hmm. I'm all for having the means in case you need to. But I'm not going to ride around with no semi-automatic weapon in my car for just in case purposes. I left that shit when I left the military. Why do I need it? You know what I'm saying? I don't need something. I just need a little pistol that I can grab quickly just in case purposes. But I also have other things. If you get too close to me and I can't grab my pistol, I'm still going to protect myself. Mm-hmm. But that's how we were taught. That's how we were raised. You protect yourself. But there's too many people that get in their feelings and the first thing they want to do is start shooting up a spot. Now you got innocent bystanders getting killed for what? Because you had a moment of pistivity? Like, make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
For real. Make it make sense. If you're that paranoid every single day that you wake up, don't go nowhere.
That's why I'm like, dude, maybe you need to stay home. What are you that afraid of?
Or why you gotta be the biggest and baddest in the room? Because I'm going to tell you, what we was taught growing up, there's always somebody bigger and badder. And if you're one individual that's already sitting up here and you're well known for whatever you do, you know, you're well known, you walk into an area or whatever, and somebody wants your spot, how do you take that spot? You take that person out. This goes all the way back to mob days and doggone village days. You know what I mean? There's always going to be people plotting and planning on you. So yes, I'm cool with having something nearby just in case purposes. Or collecting weapons for collection purposes.
Yeah. Those are all valid reasons. There's no reason I could find to walk into an elementary school.
Or any school.
And kill. But you'll see the media and people keep coming up for excuses. They come up for reasons that these kids
it boils down to Second Amendment rights and mental health.
It's like, yeah.
But mental health is not enough resources. And I actually looked it up. There's only 6.2% mental health facilities that are full psychiatric hospitals in the United States between 1987 and 2010. No. So bottom line, back to the original topic so we can wrap this one up. Ain't no arming no teachers. Because obviously children don't need to be around weapons. And please train your children if they are around weapons. And don't keep a loaded weapon in the household or close by. There's children getting them in the vehicles. Mm-hmm. People's cars, they're leaving loaded weapons. And don't think for a second that children can't, because the trigger...
I finally locked all mine up, and then I got a gun safe.
Yeah.
Like an actual safe.
The triggers on some of these things are hair triggers now. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not like the old Glock where you got to put your whole back into it just to pull the trigger, you know. But it's just use, well, I can't even say common sense because that shit ain't common, but take a training course. Even if it's not mandated, take a training course on different style of weapons. You know, between the pistol, between the, you know, the shotgun, the rifle, whatever. Take the training courses, man. They're there. You know, and don't just go buying pistols and guns just because you think it's cool. If you need it for protection, or especially if you travel a lot, if you're doing a lot and you're outside a lot, or, you know, you're having to go from many different places, you don't know people. Got it. Understood. But if you are somewhere consistently where you know some shit might have to pop off, why are you still going to that location?
That's true. That's a good point.
Like, I'm not going anywhere where I feel like I have to be on my P's and Q's, you know, looking over my shoulder every 2 seconds. I'm not going nowhere like that. If I know for a fact some shit finna pop off, 9 times out of 10, nah. Y'all got it. I might walk in, even if it's a big-ass barbecue or something, and I know who all's going to be there. I'll walk in and speak to everybody, but as soon as people start getting a little tipsy, I'm going to holler at y'all.
That's the worst.
Yeah. I'm going to see y'all. I'll see you later. Because you never know. It's always a possibility.
Cleaning your guns. That's a whole other thing.
Cleaning your weapons.
No, growing up, my dad, Lord of mercy. Bless his heart.
You got to make sure that the barrel is empty.
He used to he'd be cleaning them. Pow! We'd hear, me and my sister be like, what was that? My mom be at work. It ricocheted off the dishwasher. There's metal, back in the day, we had metal dishwashers, you know, they were like, little hole, little dent, made a dent, ricocheted off, went past him. Thank God me and my sister were in the room.
Wow.
See? Accident.
And then, he was cleaning, this had been a few years back, cleaning in the bed, cleaning the pistol, pow! Shot through the roof. I had to go up there and patch the roof. On top of the roof, tar, and I was fixing it, shot straight through the roof.
Use basic knowledge, basic skills. Always clear your weapon before you try to clean it.
Boom! I was like, yeah, it is, yeah.
Always take them few extra seconds and verify.
Yeah, but sometimes it's locked in the chamber.
Yeah. Yep.
Even when it's not, I still act like it's a loaded gun.
And I walked around Afghanistan with my 9 on my side with one in the chamber every single day. Never had an accidental shooting. I knew that joker was on my side. It was in a holster. And if I needed to use it, I knew it was there and I could use it. But the trigger, boy, look, I had damn near used 2 fingers to get it was horrible. But I knew that I could do that if I needed. I was in Afghanistan, not the US of A, you know. And I feel like now, like, I never really thought about that traveling as much as I drive and stuff. I never had a weapon in my car. A pistol. or a shotgun of any sorts. Nothing that goes pew pew. Nothing. You know, I always had a knife or my razors or something like that just in case, but never even thought about it until like recently, like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. It was like when almost had a home invasion. Oh yeah, I went and bought a pistol then, but for what? To go to the gun range with it every now and again and relieve stress? Yes, I am a firm believer of having something around you again, you know, for possible protection. But be cognizant. Take the proper steps. Take the training classes. Arming teachers is not the answer. Put the locks on the doors of the schools. Don't let people just be able to walk in. And the students, I don't give a damn if you got to put metal detectors at every single door. Do it.
I mean, I think about the teachers, and that's bad. I mean, that's messed up, man.
Yeah.
They went to school to teach. You know what I mean? Not like, okay. They're not.
Yeah.
There's some women are not, they don't even want to touch a gun.
Yeah.
It terrifies them.
Yeah.
And men, for that matter. But a lot of women are like, I don't touch it.
I know plenty of dudes that won't touch it.
Yeah, they're just like, no, that's not my thing. And I'm like, I respect it. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Don't.
So nobody's trying to infringe on anybody's rights. You know, but there's got to be something that can be a compromise in between time and time. Is to, you know your surroundings, just like the incident that just happened with the vehicles. Know your surroundings. Understand your surroundings. And if I'm going to a school to teach these children or at a university to teach these young adults, I should not have to worry about if I'm going to have to protect those that I'm responsible for in my classroom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already responsible for them when it comes down to fighting and bullying and not having a good home structure and all these other things and trying to assist them with their education and learning. Now you're telling me I have to become a armed guard?
Yep.
Nah. I don't. And I know plenty of teachers that do have their own personal pistols. You know, I personally know teachers that have it, but it stays in their car because of during travel or traffic time in certain areas that they teach, they make sure that just in case they're good. But at the same time, you got people that's out here toting pistols that couldn't shoot a barn in front of them.
That's true.
I had one chick, I was in Baton Rouge. This is when I was working one of the flood areas out there in Baton Rouge. And the chick got so excited. She was just like, yeah, you know, I know you used to be Army, da-da-da-da-da. I just got my pistol. Meet me at the range. And I was like, I'll go to the range. You know, that's cool. I'll go out there and show you, teach you some things, the basics. You know, I'm not a certified trainer or nothing like that, but 18 years in the military, I kind of got, you know, the basics. So I went out there and said, she pulled it fresh out the box and tried to load it. No oil in it. Nothing. I said, okay, backblast area clear. You about to shoot your whole face off. Ain't no oil in that thing. If it gets lodged and if it does a backblast, what you gonna do? And I know it's rare, so, you know, people that know guns know that it's rare.
Happens, yeah.
But it can still happen, man. You trying to kill yourself, trying to be cute. With some red bottoms on at the damn...
What?
She had some red bottoms on. She was a prissy girl, but she's also a single parent. She had just gotten a recent divorce, and that's why she wanted her pistol. And I understood that, and I was excited that she asked me. You know, instead of paying somebody to go to the training courses, I got you. I'm right here. When I saw her put that magazine, and I said, "Whoa, baby, you about to be in here by yourself. I'm not bearing witness." Like, you know, and it is just the basics. At least volunteer to go to some type of training class. Teach your children. There are children training classes. You and your child can go together. And, you know, not everybody grew up going hunting. Not everybody, you know, had the basics. But even with my son, he had guns around him his whole life. You know, and I don't even mind him carrying something.
We got that old school training. My dad put that shotgun in you.
Touch something if you want to.
And all the uncles laugh when you go back like 5 feet.
Yeah.
Damn, dislocate your shoulder.
Waiting on it. So you got all your uncles here waiting. Yeah, shoot it, boy. You got it, boy. Shoot it.
Yeah, if I hear your shoulder, damn, dislocate your shoulder.
But that's why I don't like guns today, because that experience right there. I don't mess with guns because of that one experience. I didn't find it funny.
No.
Dislocate your shoulder. No,
right.
that ain't cool.
Telling you, I had plenty of bruises in mine. But
they always say it's gonna kick back. I'm like, okay. I didn't know how bad it's gonna kick
back. You
don't
don't realize how bad, and then the smaller pistols, you be like, I ain't got that much kickback.
I know, I got one. It's interchangeable barrels, and it's like a 410, and it shoots it's got and it's small.
It's a compact.
So it's just like, I hadn't even shot it yet. I just got to put up, and I'm like, that thing's gonna be kickback.
The compact 9. What is it? The P365 6-0. That's what I had. And that little thing got some power to it. Ain't nothing this big. But that thing got some power to it. I wasn't expecting that at all. But, I mean, I love Mary Kay. That was she my baby.
Is that the one you got?
Yeah, that's the one I just gifted out.
When I went on the comic trail by myself, and I like to go where it's just deep woods.
You definitely have to have something.
I like to go, like, it's in Paulden between Coots Lake and Paulden, right? And I like to go there because it's just deep woods. And I love nature. And half the time I'm out in the woods.
Yeah.
You know. And I thought, everybody's like, you need to carry, and I'm like, I'm good. I carry my little 380 with me. Yeah. And it was real light.
Lady 380.
You know, it was a little light thing. And, and you just never know. But I didn't have it where it broadcasted, but I had it, like, just where I could pull it out.
Because you're out there by yourself.
Yeah, and I did it. That's what I brought with me because it was real light.
And you and damn snakes, you might need a...
Oh, wait till you hear the story. I'm not...
You got a new story with snakes? Oh, my goodness.
You gonna need a gun, a machete.
We're going to put some mothballs around her ankle.
Where do you see the cut on my leg?
Bring your chainsaw, too. Like, you need all that. All the protection you get.
She is accident prone, man.
And it's like I get so, like, wrapped up in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it just happens. I don't know.
But... Just bottom line, use common sense. If you don't have common sense, get the training to at least have the mental capacity to understand.
Or just don't get a damn gun. I mean, really and truly, I mean.
Or if you have them, kudos to you.
Mm-hmm.
But, it doesn't make you Mr. Macho.
I've been around them all my life, but I still have a healthy fear of them. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? A healthy fear of, like, I just don't go gun happy. I got a healthy fear of them.
Yeah. And don't make a long-term decision based off of a temporary emotion.
Yeah.
And we've got to bottom line, we have to do something to protect our children. Those children did not deserve none. And I saw the list of how many school shootings have happened on their Facebook. Somebody had ended up
I've seen that.
Putting the full list. And that list literally, you had to keep scrolling. That is so sad.
It was over 200.
Was it over 200?
That is so sad.
Compared to other countries where it's under 8. It's a huge difference.
Well, see, in a lot of the Asian countries, you have to have training to be able to get a pistol.
Okay.
To get a pistol, you have to go through a mandatory training. And in some location like Hawaii, you're not even allowed to have one.
Yeah.
Really? They don't?
And that's U.S. You know what I'm saying?
So Hawaii.
The state of Hawaii.
You're not allowed.
You rarely ever hear of any shooting. Now, you might hear somebody got their head bashed in or cut up by a machete, but not a gunshot. Nope. That's far few in between.
Huh.
Yeah. So each state can make their own laws. And got it. I understood why Governor Kemp, and I don't agree with everything that man do. Lord knows. But when he allowed everybody, so you don't have to go pay the $75 and get the permit and do all that and this and that third, for everybody to be able to kind of open carry, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets to a point of, man, why do I even need this? You know what I'm saying? But and those that desire to rob, kill, shoot, and whatever, understood. We have the ability to be able to protect ourselves if that situation does come to an existence.
Mm-hmm.
But the shootings that we're seeing are people that know of each other. That's how it starts. And then innocent bystanders get shot. You see the 10-year-old girl that shot somebody? Her mama was fighting somebody. This was in a different state. It wasn't Georgia. I don't think it was Georgia.
Recently?
Yeah. The 10-year-old, I put it on one of the social medias. And her response to the police was she shouldn't have put her hands on my mama. 10-year-old little girl shot a lady that her mama was fighting with. And it's not uncommon. And sadly, it's not uncommon for the accidental shootings. Didn't we go to school with somebody that accidentally shot themselves in the foot? It was somebody that went to school with us. I don't know if he was cleaning the weapon or something and he ended up shooting himself in the foot or the leg or something. I don't remember. But accidents do happen. So yes, clear your weapon before you start cleaning it. Stop trying to show off your stuff to Tom, Dick, and Harry. You don't have to take pictures of, I'm ready for you, you know, and posting it all over social media, bragging about what weapons you got. You're welcoming chaos. You're welcoming the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so just be smart about it. Yes, get you something to protect yourself. We're not trying, I don't think that the government is trying to infringe on anything. But we don't have muskets and
that powder in there.
What is that? Flintlock pistols. We don't have those. So when it was created, it was to be able to, for the people to be able to create like a militia of sorts to protect themselves in case the government.
I got some old school ones from the Civil War.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Them so I couldn't imagine getting hit by one of them.
Nah.
Woo! So, woo.
So I mean, you know, just make it make sense, man. We gotta compromise. You know, nobody's trying to take away the Second Amendment right, but you know, we there's got to be something that can be done. And arming teachers is not it. But until next time, pay attention to your surroundings, man. The HERshyt Show.
Brought to you by 8 Robinsons TV and Yellow Tub Creative.